Holy crap, it was a very busy but kick-ass 2023. Guys, I've been doing this for a very long time. Probably I'm almost in my 20th year owning my business, and every year just seems to get better and cooler, and I enjoy my life and what I do every year a little bit better and better. But we have a whole bunch of footage. I talked to Jason, the guy behind the camera right now, and said come up with a nice compilation video of 2023. So we have a whole bunch of footage, hours and hours and hours. I don't want to tell you how much hours he's got. I know he's mad at me right now for doing this, but I said just try to do a couple compilation videos to show just raw action shots of talking about the builds that we've done and just a quick action shot of it. So you'll please stick around, watch this video, guys, and if you see a car in particular that you do like and you're like, oh cool, I want to know more about it, kind of scroll back through our YouTube channel and you'll probably find a full build video of it. So you will see some that builds that we have done, but then there's also some behind the scenes stuff that will be added to these as well. So I hope everyone's having a good new year so far, and look forward to sharing with y'all as our business keeps growing and the cool projects that we have in the pipeline right now. 2023, another special thing happened, obviously, with the C8 market, the Global B being unlocked for us to do. Right now, every rack outside is full of C8s getting boosted applications. So stay with us, guys. We have a lot in the pipeline for future content, and this will be a long video, but I think you'll like it because there's a lot of action and also behind the scenes stuff that you have not seen before. So check it out.
Late model Racecraft. Unleash the power within. Experience the thrill of unrivaled performance. Our team of experts takes your ride to the next level. From horsepower gains to custom enhancements, we deliver results. Late model Racecraft. We talking or we racing?
So as y'all can see, it has a 2650 ported by Kong. It has our custom grind cam package, stainless steel headers. We went ahead and upgraded because of the horsepower. We put a monster triple disc clutch in it, complete breather system on it, and then we got the blower speed where we wanted it, where we felt it would be safe to run straight E85 or 93 octane. And guys, this thing makes over 900 rear wheel horsepower. Again, just put fuel in it and go. Super efficient. So with 700 rear wheel horsepower, I wanted him to be able to keep it at 700 over and over and over again without having crazy intake air temps, and it pulls a whole bunch of timing. So we keep the blower speed pretty conservative on this setup. And as always, American Racing stainless steel headers all the way back to the catback, which we keep the factory catback on his car. That way he has the factory dual mode, so he can make it loud or quiet as he chooses. And this car is a 3-pedal car, so I'm about to go have some fun test driving this thing before we ship it back to Cleveland. So much fun. Behind me is Mr. Dwyer's Pro Charged car. We built it, I think 2 years ago or so. Customer lives in Texas. He is a weekend warrior, I call it, and also takes to the drag strip quite often. It is a solid mid 9-second car. As I said, he's been racing it for around 2 years now, so he brought it back over the winter to upgrade the transmission and torque converter. So we put a fully built transmission in it, as well as a billet torque converter in it. We did a few other little maintenance things on it, put it back on the dyno. We have it running on 93 octane and meth, and I'm about to go test drive it to check the shift points. Phenomenal numbers for the way it sits right now. So we went ahead and did the Kong race port with the 103 throttle body. He already had a Haltech cold air on it, long tube headers, high flow cats, plugs, wires, flex fuel, and obviously then the meth kit. So this car idles and drives like a stock vehicle. In the dyno graphs, I think we made right over 700 rear wheel horsepower on pump gas on 93, and then on E85 it made 790 rear wheel horsepower. And as y'all know, if y'all watch our videos a lot, our 850 flex package is somewhere around there. When we do our 900 with the big port, we're usually right over 800 to 830. So for this thing to make almost 800 without the camshaft, awesome. Car drives, again, like a stock vehicle. I absolutely love it. And again, I was surprised we could get what we made just from adding the methanol to it. So again, there's several options, guys. There's 10 ways to skin a cat. Just contact us. And again, we want to hear your needs and your goals, and we'll make it happen. And then just stab it. Fucking pump gas, dude.
That's right,
Definitely ain't no boosted application, but still for a bolt-on car, it runs good.
KA band.
Man, that felt good. Boop, 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 boop. It could make plenty more, but the engine, we'll want to keep it nice and safe on 93 octane. So if you ever want more in the future, we need to change the pistons out and do more fuel system, and this thing can make 800, 900, 1,000 real horsepower. But wait to hear this thing. Wait to hear what the cam in it.
That shit is wild.
This is Ford's top tier Mustang. What we do, guys, our stage 1 plus package is what you see underneath the hood of this thing. Alright, if you're a Ford guy out there watching this right now, hit that subscribe button. I know we're mostly known for our GM stuff throughout the world, so subscribe. We have plenty of Ford builds coming up in the future that are insane that you will love to watch, whether it's the new GT500s, the new F-150s, or even some of the EcoBoost stuff. So subscribe and comment below.
30. 60. F-150 Shelby Super Snake. Essentially, guys, it is a
F-150 with the 5-liter motor in it that Shelby does. It's a Whipple and a tune, and obviously the cool graphics on it with the body components, wheels and tires to make it look really nice. And these F-150s, those of you that just want more power and to have a fun truck to play with on the weekends, you don't have to spend all the money to get the Shelby version with all the aesthetics on it. You can go out and buy a regular F-150 with a 5-liter on it and do a package similar to this and absolutely have a blast. So this thing came to us, we baselined it, made 581 rear wheel horsepower, which again isn't a slouch. That's a good running truck that you can buy off the showroom floor. But of course, we always take it to that next level, and we want to do it reliably. So we went from 581 rear wheel horsepower to now we are at 848 rear wheel horsepower. All right, 4-wheel drive high, traction control on.
30, 60, 130, quarter mile.
Holy crap. I mean, it's why I love the 19 ZR1s with these blowers on them. 857 rear wheel horsepower and over 800 rear wheel torque. 807 rear wheel torque, and that's literally at 4,300 RPMs. So you guys out there just driving these cars, as soon as you stab them, 800 rear wheel torque plants you in the seat. That's why these cars feel so fast and run so good to me. I love them. Go about 3,500 RPMs. That is so much fun. Yeah, I wanted 850, 863, 846. Good to go. I'm gonna try second on this tire. It's gonna spin pretty good, but I just want to see what it does for the shift points. That's what I'm talking about. Sick, bro. Absolutely sick. Woo! Scored the bell already. Yep.
60,
Dude, all I can see is this. Like, it feels like it's going like this the whole way down.
2019 C706 the track. Haven't made it past yet. Just loading a new TCM file in it to try and get to leave in second gear. This thing makes over 4-digit numbers on boost only, so it should be a monster, but the converter's kind of loose, so it might take a couple passes to get the shift points right. But loading a new file right now, we're about to go try it out.
Here's a cool deal.
Heck yeah, how about that for an 8-second time slip? 890 at 153. Beautiful. Second pass ever on this car. Again, it's a new build from this customer. The torque converter we did not spec out. It was already provided to us. So it was super, I should say it is super loose. So we're gonna make some adjustments after this weekend to get this thing to run even better. 2018 Z01. This is a full 6.6 iron block, stock heads, ProCharger F1A94, air to water intercooler with complete port injection with the Holley system on it. So it has stock computer with DI, and then Holley controls the port. As y'all can see, car runs on 93 octane or E85. It is a flex setup. Just finished dynoing it. 1,080 rear wheel horsepower, 895 rear wheel torque. This customer does beat the shit out of this car. He's been racing it for a long time. Alright, so just finished Ethan's car on the dyno. 1,285 rear wheel horsepower, 1,021 rear wheel torque. Crazy numbers. Car still has a whole bunch more in it, but again, everyone wants dyno numbers. It's nice and safe right there, so I'm going to leave it at that and go out in the street and have some fun with it. And then there's plenty of room to turn it up, whether we're at a track or if he has an event to go up to. Plenty more in it, but for now, I'm going to keep it there nice and safe. This thing was geared like the ZR1. Oh my god. But remember, this is a centrifugal blower, so it needs the high RPM. It needs high RPM. 2016 C706. This customer is and wanting the car for drag race purposes. Again, a lot of our videos I try to discuss when we talk to customers, their needs and goals, so we can build the car properly. This car is built for 1/8 mile and 1/4 mile racing. So we literally just dynoed a car almost identical to this. We just built one 2 days ago with an 8-speed automatic transmission in it. Same supercharger, air to water intercooler, pretty much identical setups. Only difference is really the drivetrain. So this car has a 2-speed power glide transmission in it, as well as a 9-inch rear end in it. It is an independent rear suspension, just the center chunk is a 9-inch with a 15-inch wheel conversion on the back. So the car we dynoed 2 days ago, a little bit smaller motor than this one, made 1,274 rear wheel horsepower. This car with the power glide and the torque converter and the rear end in it, there's a lot more drivetrain loss. The torque converter is not locked up. It is set and built for drag racing. So we talked about the transmission a little bit, want to show. So aftermarket shifter in it. It is a 2-speed. You got the valve body here. You got reverse, neutral, all the way down first. And then guys, we have a trans brake. And we also have a 2-step on this car. So when you're staging it, we have a dial. We can set the RPM, the launch RPM to what we want. You grab the trans brake, you floor it. It's gonna go to the 2-step, the RPM that we have it set at. Let go of the button when the tree comes down. Then when the shift light comes on, bump it up into high gear and hold on. She's gonna fly. And at the end of the track, you just simply put it in neutral. Cadillac 2022 CT5V Blackwing behind me. This car is equipped with a 6.2 liter pushrod motor, supercharged with a 1.7 liter supercharger. Same LT4 platform that's in the C7 Z06s, as well as the ZL1 Camaros, as well as the old Cadillac CT SV3s. We did a ported supercharger and a 103 throttle body. Those are the only 2 mods we did. We did change the supercharger pulley. We changed the hub, but the blower speed is still the same. We did that for future to make our lives easier to change the supercharger pulley. So just from changing those, porting the blower and the 103 throttle body, we went from 579 to 670 rear wheel horsepower. 90 rear wheel horsepower gain. Again, that is with 0 tuning. Behind me is a 2019 ZR1, one of my favorite platforms to build. This car is equipped with our LMR 1000 horsepower package. We originally built this car back in 2019, roughly 3 years ago. It has now changed hands and changed possessions to the new owner, that it does live up north. Before he takes the delivery of it, he wanted to ship it to us, have us give it a once over to make sure it is what the previous owner said it was, make sure it's still in perfect running condition, and that's what we did. All right, so at first, obviously we do a visual inspection to look over the vehicle, obviously checking all the fluids, motor oil, trans fluid, as well as gear oil to make sure that the car is dyno ready. We always pull a couple spark plugs to look at them, and in this case, the car does have a lot of miles on them, so we went ahead and put new spark plugs in it, gapped them properly for the boost level that this car is going to run at, as well as we also check the blower speed to see how much boost it's going to make. to make sure that it's okay for the future owner or the new owner of the car for the octane rating he plans to run. After that's done, then we do strap it down to the dyno, which we did, and the car came in making 812 rear wheel horsepower. I was told it was on 93 octane, but I think it was 91. I called the new owner to ask what his future goals were for it, and he said he planned on running 93 octane, if not almost 100 octane. So I went ahead and retuned it, fixed a little bit of the idle, as well as bumped it up to, I think it finished at 850 rear wheel horsepower, 850 rear wheel torque is where she sits right now. So now I'm gonna go out and test drive it, make sure the shift points are where it's supposed to be. We do have 2 new styles of t-shirts on our website. Go to latemodelracecraft.com under the merch section to order yours today. Alright, third gear, traction control on. Little Ford action for you, buddy. I love these cars. GT500. All right, guys, another beautiful day here in Houston, Texas. Another beautiful GT500 behind me, completed with our Stage 1 Plus package. So let me pop the hood and kind of show y'all what's included in this package. So our Stage 1 is essentially 93 octane tune, pretty much all the bolt-ons with 93 octane is what the goal is. So JLT cold air, supercharger pulley, we do a thermostat and larger injectors. In this case, the customer wanted the Plus where he wanted to be able to go with 93 octane or E85. So we had the RTD cable in it, and then we tune it for 93 as well as E85. In that case, we have to go with a little bit larger injectors than we do with our normal Stage 1 package. As well as it comes with the RTD cable. So only a few little changes over our Stage 1. And this car on 93 octane made 770, I think it was 780 actually, rear wheel horsepower on 93, and on E85, 870 rear wheel horsepower. Those of you out there just wanting another 150 rear wheel horsepower without sacrificing any drivability, and you want just the extra sound and performance, in my opinion, this is the package for you. Welcome back to the channel, guys. For you LT1 owners out there, whether it's a C7 Corvette or a 6th gen Camaro, looking for that extra power and extra performance to turn your LT1 into like an LT4 platform, which comes supercharged from the factory. Standing behind me is what we call like our Stage 2 supercharged package. In my opinion, it is one of the most common packages and the most perfect package for your average guy out there that's looking for just an extra 150 rear wheel horsepower without sacrificing any drivability whatsoever. The car still runs and drives like stock, but 150 rear wheel horsepower makes it feel insane compared to stock. So if you're used to 385 rear wheel horsepower, which is what this car baselined with, then you have 530 plus, almost 550 rear wheel horsepower when we're done with it. Night and day difference. And with a linear horsepower curve, it makes it easy for you guys out there that have never driven a high horsepower car before to kind of go in stages. So about 3,500 RPMs, and then just roll into it. Traction control lights don't flash at me. Oh, sounds so good. And even in third gear, I wish I had a light to show you, or video. the traction control light was still flashing at me as soon as I stabbed it in 3rd gear. Just giving you guys an idea how much more horsepower this thing makes than stock. 2nd gear, we still would be able to use 2nd gear. Traction control is just going to kick in that much more. If this customer decided he wants to really run it really hard at lower speeds, that's when you put a Toyo on it and it would dead hook pretty well. Again, this is a centrifugal blower, so it's got a linear horsepower curve. So as RPM climbs, boost climbs, so does horsepower. This is Will, parts guy. He never rides in any of the cars we build, let alone drive them. And I'm gonna let you drive it. I want you to do it. I want to show the world that if you've never driven a Corvette before, you send it to us. You get an 800 horsepower package with Toyos on it. I'm gonna have you put it in manual mode in 2nd gear and hit it. You okay? You okay with that?
Sure.
I just surprised him. He didn't know he was going to do this, so he's probably freaking out right now. Put it to the wood, buddy. I love it. So that was your first time. And I'm looking at the data just so you know in 2nd gear you never floored it. You were 67% throttle, but in 3rd and 4th you rolled into it.
One more try?
Of course. How'd it feel?
Good.
But good for first, like again, so if that's a customer doing it for the first time.
Extremely controlled.
They're gonna be careful, just like you were. You were too scared just to hit it, right? Yeah, you turn. I can save this real quick. And then if you want, you can do it right here. If you want, do the same thing, put it in manual mode. Grab 2nd. And then this time, it's up to you. If you can do it, just put your foot all the way to the floor.
Hang on, if you feel it. Ready?
Floor.
Oh, fuck!
How's that feel? and then look, when you're done, you can either keep downshifting or upshifting, or just back into drive and drive it normal. How'd that feel? You keep going straight and then go back to the shop.
Mr. Pollock, I think you're going to firmly love this car.
Again,
This isn't actually custom.
no, the transport's dropping it off. Like I said, yeah, he bought it from New York. He's in New York. He bought it sight unseen, just pictures of it. Dallas is only 4 hours from us, so he sent it to us. He said inspect it, give it a once over, and then I think we're gonna do our 1,000 horsepower package. Behind me is the ultimate C6 Corvette. It's a 2010 C6 ZR1 Corvette. If I remember correctly, this is the first Corvette that stickered at MSRP over $100,000 back in 2009. Platform ran from 2009 to 2013, and it is and was the highest horsepower Corvette ever built back then. This is a 6.2 liter pushrod engine equipped with a 2300 supercharger with roughly, I think it was 638 horsepower to the flywheel from the factory. All right, so as y'all can see, opening the hood, you see through it. What you are seeing is the factory supercharger lid, but also the plastic that goes around it to make it look nice and pretty under the hood, as well as when the hood is shut. So Mr. Gerland's car in particular, this is what I call the perfect sleeper Corvette owner package. This thing essentially is still a sealed engine, meaning the front cover, rear cover, cylinder heads, nothing has been taken off this thing. All we did is we make this engine as efficient as possible from the outside. So stock crank, stock rod, stock piston, stock camshaft, stock valve springs. All we do is we take the supercharger, we ported it to get it to flow more. We run a smaller supercharger pulley on here, as well as a larger, we run the Lingenfelter snout with I think this one has a Nick Williams throttle body on it, as well as the cold air induction system with the air filter that sits underneath it. Spinning the supercharger harder, we also add a bigger heat exchanger up front, keep intake air temps down. Now, as I explained earlier, there's a pump underneath here that flows through and comes in and out to keep intake air temps down. Now, for our higher horsepower builds, obviously we go into the engine, as well as we run, instead of 15 or 16 pounds, whereas what this one's set at on 93 octane, I don't like going much more than 16 pounds on 93 octane. For our higher builds that run either E85 or race gas, we run closer to 20, 22 pounds of boost, whether it's a stock supercharger or we upgrade to a 2650 supercharger. We also run different supercharger lids that make it more efficient. We're going to about 3,500 RPMs. Never gets old. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Give it a like if you liked it so far. And please turn on bell notifications for future content, as we have cool stuff in the pipeline that you're going to want to see. And as always, please comment below.